You? Is anybody?
There's Molly, folks. Does, the new kind of soap for everything in your wash, brings you your good friends, the Goldbergs. And speaking of Does, let's drop in first on the Dozen family. Well, there's Ma Dozen in the kitchen fixing dinner. Uh-oh, there's that flutterhead cousin Dozen just coming in the back door, all excited.
Oh, would you believe it, Ma? I just met the nicest man, and I owe it all to Duz.
Now, Cousin Dozen, I know Duz is a wonderful new kind of soap, but how could it help you meet a man?
Well, this nice man saw me buying Duz at the corner store and asked me why. And I said because Duz does everything in the wash. Work shirts, towels, and rayons. Just everything.
Yes, go on.
Oh, he smiled so sweet-like when I said Duz would get his work shirts clean, too.
Did you tell him there's no hard scrubbing with Duz? You know, you don't even need a bar soap anymore, 'cause Duz gets even Pa's grimiest overalls clean all by itself.
Oh, I told him that, and he started walking home with me.
He did?
And he said any girl who knew how to get his towels white was a friend of his. Isn't that exciting?
Well, I hope you told him Duz gets the streakiest towels, white's a cloud. I've never seen whiter washes.
Yes, I told him, and then he says to me, do you Duz that pretty rayon blouse you're wearing?
Well, you told him, didn't you, that Duz gives longer life to the delicate colors you wash?
Oh, yes, Ma. Oh, I felt just like a schoolgirl. I looked into his eyes and I said, oh, Duz does everything. And he said, can it cook?
What did you say?
No, but I can.
Oh, that cousin Dozen. But you know she's right about Does. It's the only leading wash day soap that combines so much safety for colors, along with so much cleaning power for the tough dirt and unsurpassed whiteness for your towels. Try Does, D-U-Z. It does everything in your wash. And now the Goldbergs. Well, Rosie Goldberg came home unexpectedly this morning and walked into a new revelation of the double dealing of her sister-in-law, Grace. This charming wife of Sammy's is actually a vicious girl out to make what she can out of her parents-in-law while her husband is off somewhere on the high seas. And in with her on the plan is a neighbor, George. Rosie has suspected Grace all along. And a few minutes ago, she caught Grace talking on the phone to George. That is, he was waiting for Grace to look up a number for him. The receiver was off the hook, and Rosie picked it up. She recognized George's voice before he quickly hung up. And when Grace said she had been talking to her sister, the fat was in the fire. Now, listen.
Why are you trembling, Rosie? Sit down. What happened? Well, don't stand there staring at me, Rosie. I didn't hear what you said.
You just want me to repeat it to give you time for a good excuse.
A good excuse for what? Sit down, Rosie. You're trembling. Tell me what happened.
You know very well what happened, Grace. You didn't expect me to come back. You were all alone. Everybody was out.
And?
George was on the phone. Why did you lie? Why did you say that you were talking to your sister long distance?
George was on the phone.
Yes, and you know it. But you didn't expect me to come in and see the telephone off the hook. That was very careless of you, Grace. You've been pretty clever about getting out of your other mistakes.
Mistakes?
Yes.
Like what, for instance?
Like mailing George's letter and your letter on the same day from the same town.
Oh, you can't forget that, can you, Rosie? That was unfortunate, and you've been hostile to me ever since.
Why was George on the train the day you arrived? He didn't get off the train at Glastonbury. Why? Because he didn't want to be seen getting off the train, that's why. He got off the train a station before Glastonbury.
Rosie, you're still a child.
Don't touch me.
Oh, I don't blame you for believing all those things. I don't blame you for feeling the way you do. Sit down, Rosie. Let me get you something.
Don't get me anything.
You really think I knew George before I came here?
Why was he on the phone? Why did you lie?
I didn't lie, Rosie.
You knew he was on the
phone. No,
phone.
I didn't, Rosie.
You had to know.
I was getting long distance. Why was I upstairs? I wanted to be sure I was giving long distance my sister's correct number.
Well, then how did...
Well, wires crossed.
Why did George speak to me when I said hello?
I don't know. Maybe... Perhaps he realized he had the wrong number.
Well, why didn't you get long distance now and speak to your sister?
I will.
And why were you singing? Why were you so happy?
Because when your father said he was expecting some money to help me, of course I was happy. That's why I couldn't wait. I had to tell my sister.
I don't believe one word you're telling me, not one.
Oh, you're very cruel, Rosie. You're not like your brother, not at all. At first I thought you just resented me the way a sister might resent her sister-in-law, but your feelings are stronger than that. You hate me. And if you hate me, then I'm not going to stay here and see my husband's family broken up by quarrels. I love your mother and father too much for that. I wanted them to be my mother and father because I was Sammy's wife. But I'm only a stranger here, and I'm going to leave. This was supposed to be a visit. I'll make it a short one. Here comes your mother and father now. Tell them why I'm leaving. Tell them why. 2 letters came on the same day. A man got off a train, 1 station from Glastonbury. The same man was on the other end of the telephone. That all adds up to what? What, Rosie? It's only in your mind. You're doing something you'll regret the rest of your life. You say you love your brother? Well, it's a very strange kind of love which makes you so jealous and bitter towards the girl your brother loved. I'm not taking your place, but you're trying to take mine. I think I'd better leave. Right away.
Lay down, Spotty. Lay down.
Lay down, Sporty, or come in.
Lay down. You've already been the chickens. Oh. Animal.
Rosalie? You're home? Where's Grace?
Upstairs.
Ask her why she is home from school.
Why are you home from school?
I forgot my math book and I came home for it.
She forgot her math book and she came home from
Ma, I must...
Yes?
If you are getting your math book,
I
then
want to speak to Mama.
whatever it is, it can wait, no?
No.
Later,
Ma,
Rosalie,
please.
Papa has to call the
But
mill.
I have to speak to you, Ma, please.
There's only one thing that will interest Mama now.
Did you change your mind about Grace, Rosalie? Are you willing to sign the policy?
Just let me speak to you, Ma. Just let me tell you. And if you feel that...
Without conditions, Rosie. If you're willing to help Grace, then it must be without conditions.
Papa, darling, why are you making everything so hard for me? Grace is leaving.
Huh? Leaving?
Why?
Why is she leaving? What's been on here in our absence?
I was just...
What did you do to her? What did you say to her?
Nothing.
Rosalie, what did you say to her?
Nothing,
What's been
Ma.
on in my absence? What?
Nothing.
Grace is leaving. Grace, about Grace, you said something. She said something to you?
Ma, please,
Ma, Rosalie, I'll talk to you. Rosalie, I'll talk to you. The policy was the policy. Grace is leaving. Grace.
Grace, what happened here? What happened here in our absence?
Hello. I want Marcia's farm, please. Yes, and hurry. Hello, Marcia. Is George there? This is Rosie. Well, please tell him to call here as soon as he gets in. Goodbye.
Grace, I want to know what happened.
What did Rosie say to you, Grace?
I want to know what happened.
What did she say to you in our absence?
I want to know what happened in my absence. Grace, please sit down. Sit down. I want to know what happened here in my absence.
Rosie, what did you say to your brother's wife?
Grace, sit down. Sit down. Jake, hold yourself in. Sit down. Please, Grace. You're here in your own home, you're here. From your own home, you don't leave. Words are words. Words are only syllables.
No, Mother, please.
I'm asking you, Rosie, what did you say? Apologize this instant, this moment?
Oh, there's nothing to apologize for. It's no one's fault. No one's fault.
So why are you leaving all of a sudden? Why are you leaving your own roof? Why? Grace, this is your roof. I said it. Mr. Goldberg said it. This house is your house. As much as it's mine, as much as it's Mr. Goldberg's, as much as it's Rosie's.
I know you meant it to be. I know you wanted it to be, but it isn't my house. I'm a stranger here. I'm just someone Sammy married.
What do you mean, just someone? My Sammy didn't marry someone. He married his wife, your Sammy's wife. Grace, you're my own child. You're my own child. This is your house. Children don't leave the house of their parents.
Rosie, I demand. I, your father, demand you apologize this moment.
Please, Dad, there's nothing to apologize for. Nothing. I know exactly how Rosie feels. I can understand what she's going through. She's young, and she sees an utter stranger come into her own house. She sees someone getting some of the love which she expects for herself. I understand that.
You understand, Grace? If you say you understand, then stay. Stay and let us make Rosalie understand.
Oh, I wanted to stay. I hoped. You don't know how I hoped that I could stay, and we could all wait for Sammy to come back, all of us. I want to be Rosie's sister. But maybe that isn't possible as long as Sammy isn't here.
Rosie.
If Sammy were here, it might be different, but he isn't here.
Rosie.
I don't know where he is now. I was all alone when he left, and I wanted to be with those who loved him the way I loved him. That's why I came here. And you were all so kind and sweet to me. Rosalie, you were just the way Sammy said you would be. He said you'd never let me go once I stepped my foot over the door, and it was just like that. But I can't stay here now. I can't stay here. Be the one that's making Sammy's sister unhappy.
Oh, Rosalie.
Please, Mother. Please, Dad.
Rosalie.
I'm going up to Pat.
Grace, please. What do you mean you're going up to Pat? Rosalie! Never mind. Grace, Grace, let me go. Jane, please. What can I say to Sammy? What can I say to Sammy?
Hello? George? I suppose you want to speak to Grace, huh? Well,
What happened to Grace upstairs? Is she trying something else to prevent Rosie from blowing the whole business wide open? Has Grace discovered a new way to alienate Rosie from her parents and thus keep the Goldbergs from the truth about the girl Sammy married? You know, a listener wrote me the other day that she looks forward to hearing this program every day. She adds that she likes the Dozen family, too, especially Dickie Dozen. Well, he is pretty cute. Yesterday, he said...
Gosh, Clayton, we don't wash dishes anymore. We just give them their daily dozen.
Very good, Dickie. You know, friends, Does really has everything for dishes besides doing everything in your wash. Yes, this new kind of soap makes suds that stand up till the last dish is done, cuts grease like 60, yet it's kinder to hands than any other granulated wash day soap. Why, Does leaves your hands soft and smooth. Yet you can't beat Does for cutting through grease. It cuts tough grease in less than half a minute. And you don't have to keep adding soap either, because those Does suds stand up till the last dish is finished. You'll like Does. It has everything for dishes. And remember, this is wartime, so don't waste soap. Soap contains vital war materials our country needs. Wash glasses, silverware, and cleanest dishes first. Make every bit of Does you use do more. Be sure to listen to the next episode of The Goldbergs, written for you by Gertrude Berg. The Goldbergs discover an amazing secret, which even Grace didn't know about. This is Clayton Collier, speaking for Procter & Gamble and saying, do as the Dozens do. Let Does, the new kind of soap, do everything in your wash.